Howdy, ladies and gents. I feel like I have not made a video in like 2.5 weeks or something, so this is just a little update video on how things have been going, what's been going on, how my summer was, what the next semester is going to look like for me, and other stuff. First off, I was thinking the other day how much everyone probably thinks this is all my stuff, including the Beauty and the Beast poster and the insane collection of Funko Pop Harry Potter stuff. This is all Sarah's things, but my camera is on top of my desk that literally has like 3 things on it. I like Harry Potter and I like the Beauty and the Beast movie, but I think people might think I'm a lot more of a fan than I am. The last week and a half has been teacher in service, and I have been mostly preparing for 2 new classes that I'm going to be teaching this year. I'm going to be teaching the advanced robotics class for middle schoolers, and this was something I brought to administration at the end of last semester, saying I'd like to explore a class with kids that have already taken robotics before, just to kind of see what I could do that was a little bit different, and also expand on my own robotics knowledge, being that I didn't study computer science in college, and I've really just learned all the things that I need to learn to be able to teach the intro to robotics class. So the big thing with that is I'm going to be teaching Python using a program called Code HS. Originally I was going to use Code Academy, but there's a lot of hand holding in that one, and it's almost like you're not really typing out a lot of your own code. It's a lot of, they present some code to you and then you make some modifications and then move on. Code HS seems to have a lot more students writing code from scratch, but still supplements it with videos and examples and practice problems. I don't know Python yet, but as long as I stay a few steps ahead of the kids, I think it'll be all right. They can see that growth mindset that I will also adopt in that as well. I haven't found as much advanced robotics stuff. That's not from the first Lego League robotics stuff, which generally has a bunch of supplemental robotics, obstacle courses, and things like that. I think the advanced part's going to be more along the lines of the programming and the coding. I've got some ideas and I may share some of them here. I'm also teaching my first high schooler class, which is going to be a YouTube production class, which I'm really excited about. I imagine I'm going to incorporate a lot of the stuff from my own YouTube channel into that class. I played around with the idea of kind of making a playlist and making my own assignments for the students and making short video assignments that other people could also do as well if they wanted to. They're going to be able to make content about whatever they want. I'm probably going to have a mix of doing talking head videos like this and review videos and how-to videos. I'm going to have them experiment with live streaming and lots of opportunity for student choice. So if they want to do a narrative video, or they want to do a comedy video, or they want to do a reaction video, they'll have that opportunity too. I'm a lot more excited for this type of content with high schoolers, mainly because a lot of the middle schoolers, especially the 6th graders and some of the 7th graders, they don't have the computer skills sometimes to really dive deep into some video editing stuff that's outside of kind of just taking some footage and cutting it up a little bit and adding some music and uploading it. I'm hoping to be able to get into a little bit more advanced concepts and how to think about branding yourself and collaborating with other people and adding value to others with the high schoolers. I think it's also going to be a good opportunity to collaborate with other YouTubers and kind of saying, hey, I'm teaching this YouTuber class. Would you want to collaborate with my class at all? Be it maybe a live Skype session, or maybe my students send you questions and then you answer it in a video or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm teaching 3 sections of pre-algebra again, but I'll also have a student teacher this year who will be with me in all of my classes, or at least the first semester. And I think that'll be really good because it's a new experience for me on teaching someone how to teach, which is something I'm kind of doing a little bit with this YouTube channel, with my robotics videos and my math videos. This will obviously be a little bit more intentional though. I shall be teaching some of my classes and working with my students and hopefully learning the tricks of the trade of teaching. And lastly, school related, for those who didn't know, last year I had a free period during the Mandarin 1 class, and so I audited the class. I was there almost every single day if I didn't have other obligations, took the test and the quizzes and did the homework with the students. I'll link to a video of what I was able to say at the end of last semester, but I have a free period this year during the Mandarin 2 class, and so I will be continuing my Mandarin journey. Spent some time this summer working on remembering vocab and kind of really focusing on the right tones, because the word sure means is or am or something like that, but sure means the number 10. So a lot of times I was just kind of randomly using tones. But the time that I spent this summer using an app called Skritter, it's about $15 a month, but it was the best one that I found that had native speakers, it had the characters, it had me drawing the tones. It took the vocab and put an example sentence that was read by a native speaker. The example sentence had the opinion and it had the actual translation, so I could kind of see the structure of it. And the app was synchronized to my textbook, so I was getting the vocab in the same order that I was learning it in my class. And so it was awesome. If you are learning Mandarin, it's the best tool that I've actually found for reviewing vocab. Outside of school, for those who have been tracking my channel, I had a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition last weekend. I did film some of it. I do want to make a final vlog of that where I'm going to review review the footage, look at the mistakes that I did, kind of share my thought process of what I was reading and why I did what I did. I just got my steps goal from my gestures. Spoiler alert, it did not go as well as I'd hoped, but there was a lot that I learned from it, and so I definitely want to share that in an upcoming video soon. But today is the last day of summer. My summer was awesome. In addition to all the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, we got to travel to Switzerland, which I'm still going through the footage and editing the vlogs of that. I spent a lot of time kind of building the Books and Beef Jerky brand on Instagram TV, and I was making videos of reading the books there, and I made a video on what I'm doing on Instagram TV if you want to check that out. I read this book and started to get an idea of kind of doing a YouTube class for adults. My initial idea didn't pan out because it was like during the week that I think most people that I was targeting wouldn't make, but I plan on trying to make that a weekend webinar thing. I got a new PC because I want to do a little bit more experimenting with live streaming, primarily live streaming my editing process, either here on YouTube or on Twitch. And all the live streaming gear works really good and really easily on my MacBook Pro, but it just wasn't able to keep up the processing of editing and live streaming at the same time. I'm realizing that the live streaming stuff is not as fluid on a PC. I still don't know why I'm not getting some audio when I use the cam link. I experimented the other day by trying to plug my little micro Super NES through an Elgato cam link to my PC. When I did it with my MacBook, it did get video and it did get sound. With the PC, it got video but no sound. I spent like 2 hours trying to troubleshoot and still haven't figured it out. But hopefully the live streaming quality will be much better moving forward with the more powerful PC. And something that I started doing last summer and I did this summer was keeping a done list journal, where at the end of the summer I didn't want to think, what did I do with my summer? The summer's gone. What do I have to show for it besides a couple videos and maybe a trip that I went on? And just like, did I waste my time, or was I doing the things that I wanted to do? And so I made a done list journal where I wrote down the date, and then instead of writing a list of to-dos and checking them off, I really wrote at the end of the day all the things that I accomplished that I felt were a meaningful use of my time. The only to-do that I wrote on there was at the very top. It was the MIT, the most important thing. And it says, if I got one thing done today and I could be satisfied, what would that be? So I'd write that, and then I would write down what I did. Went to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu class, had a good breakfast and read some of the scriptures and spent some time in prayer, caught up on email, went to lunch with a friend and got some wings and caught up, worked on a podcast, planned out my next videos, updated my website, spent time connecting with other creators on Instagram, researched ways to live stream on a PC, relaxed with Sarah and watched 4 episodes of Friday Night Lights. And so as summer was winding down, I was able to go back and be like, oh yeah, I forgot that I did that. Or, oh, I remember playing basketball with one of my friends, or I remember this or that. At the end of June and at the end of July, I took a highlighter and I highlighted all the moments that I was spending time with people. That's really what I want to be the most important thing that I do. Not just a bunch of things that I got done, but am I spending my time doing worthwhile things? And at the top of that list is time with people. Second is learning new things. Third is creating new things. And so I'm going to continue the done list now past the summer. I've experimented with the idea of creating a done list product and maybe trying to figure out how to manufacture and sell that, but I'm going to try that YouTube weekend idea thing first. But I think that's about it. I really had a blast in the summer. In addition to Switzerland, me and my wife did a 4-day weekend trip in Boston. I was posting to Instagram TV with that. I didn't make a vlog or anything like that, just because I wanted to enjoy the time there without having to carry a camera everywhere. And at least once every week, I had lunch or dinner with a friend and spent time doing things that I felt were really worthwhile. So I don't normally end my videos with a question of the day, but the question of the day is, what are you most excited about in the next month of your life? For me, I would say the YouTube class. Out of the new classes I'm teaching, that's the one that I'm most excited about because it's really something that I'm into myself. So I think that'll be fun to share that with the students and get them creating their own kind of content. But other than that, that is all from me. Thanks so much for watching this video that's probably too long. Sometimes I hesitate to upload videos like this because it's not cool and polished and going places and got drone shots. But then I find that I actually enjoy some videos that other people post like this where they're just sharing ideas. So maybe you enjoyed it and you made it this far. But I'm Thom Gibson. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something today, and I will see you in the next one.